Welcome to Space Channel. At here we have all about space and galaxy. Thank for your watching video. Adorned with thousands of beautiful ringlets, Saturn is unique among the planets. Like fellow gas giant Jupiter, Saturn is a massive ball made mostly of hydrogen and helium. Surrounded by 53 confirmed and 9 provisional moons, Saturn is home to some of the most fascinating landscapes in our solar system. The farthest planet from Earth discovered by the unaided human eye, Saturn has been known since ancient times and is named for the Roman god of agriculture and wealth. The Greek equivalent was Cronos, the father of Zeus Jupiter, with a radius of 36,183. "7 miles, 58,232 kilometers, Saturn is 9 times wider than Earth. If Earth were the size of a nickel, Saturn would be about as big as a volleyball." From this distance, it takes sunlight 80 minutes to travel from the Sun to Saturn. Saturn has the second shortest day in the solar system. One day on Saturn takes only 10. Four Earth years, 10,756 Earth days. Its axis is tilted by 26.73 degrees with respect to its orbit around the Sun, which is similar to Earth's 23. Five-degree tilt. This means that, like Earth, Saturn experiences seasons. Saturn took shape when the rest of the solar system formed about 5 billion years ago, when gravity pulled swirling gas and dust in to become this gas giant. About 4 billion years ago, Saturn settled into its current position in the outer solar system, where it is the 6th planet from the Sun. It is enveloped by liquid metallic hydrogen inside a layer of liquid hydrogen, similar to Jupiter's core but considerably smaller. It's hard to imagine, but Saturn is the only planet in our solar system whose average density is less than water. The giant gas planet could float in a bathtub if such a colossal thing existed. As a gas giant, Saturn doesn't have a true surface. The planet is mostly swirling gases and liquids deeper down. While a spacecraft would have nowhere to land on Saturn, it wouldn't be able to fly through unscathed either. Saturn is blanketed with clouds that appear as faint stripes, jet streams and storms. The planet is many different shades of yellow, brown and gray. Winds in the upper atmosphere reach 1,600 feet per second, 500 meters per second, in the equatorial region. In contrast, the strongest hurricane force winds on Earth top out at about 360 feet per second, 110 meters per second. And the pressure, the same kind you feel when you dive deep underwater, is so powerful it squeezes gas into liquid. Saturn's North Pole has an interesting atmospheric feature, a six-sided jet stream. This hexagon-shaped pattern was first noticed in images from the Voyager I spacecraft and has been more closely observed by the Cassini spacecraft since. Spanning about 20,000 miles, 30,000 kilometers, across, the hexagon is a wavy jet stream of 200-mile-per-hour winds, about 322 kilometers per hour, with a massive, rotating storm at the center. There is no weather feature like it anywhere else in the solar system. Saturn's environment is not conducive to life as we know it. The temperatures, pressures and materials that characterize this planet are most likely too extreme and volatile for organisms to adapt to. While planet Saturn is an unlikely place for living things to take hold, the same is not true of some of its many moons. Satellites like Enceladus and Titan, home to internal oceans, could possibly support life. Saturn is home to a vast array of intriguing and unique worlds. From the haze-shrouded surface of Titan to crater-riddled Phoebe, each of Saturn's moons tells another piece of the story surrounding the Saturn system. Currently, Saturn has 53 confirmed moons with 9 additional provisional moons awaiting confirmation. Saturn's rings are thought to be pieces of comets, asteroids or shattered moons that broke up before they reached the planet, torn apart by Saturn's powerful gravity. They are made of billions of small chunks of ice and rock coated with another material such as dust. A few particles are as large as mountains. The rings would look mostly white if you looked at them from the cloud tops of Saturn, and interestingly, each ring orbits at a different speed around the planet. Named alphabetically in the order they were discovered, the rings are relatively close to each other, with the exception of a gap measuring 2,920 miles (4,700 kilometers) wide called the Cassini division that separates rings A and B. The main rings are A, B and C. Rings D, E, F, and G are fainter and more recently discovered. Starting at Saturn and moving outward, there is the D ring, C ring, B ring, Cassini division, A ring, F ring, G ring, and finally, the E ring. Much farther out, there is the very faint Phoebe ring in the orbit of Saturn's moon Phoebe. Saturn's magnetic field is smaller than Jupiter's, but still 578 times as powerful as Earth's. Saturn, the rings, and many of the satellites lie totally within Saturn's enormous magnetosphere, the region of space in which the behavior of electrically charged particles is influenced more by Saturn's magnetic field than by the solar wind. Aurorae occur when charged particles spiral into a planet's atmosphere along magnetic field lines. On Earth, these charged particles come from the solar wind. Cassini showed that at least some of Saturn's aurorae are like Jupiter's and are largely unaffected by the solar wind. But these non-solar originating aurorae are not completely understood yet. Saturn was the most distant of the 5 planets known to the ancients. In 1610, Italian astronomer Galileo Galilei was the first to gaze at Saturn through a telescope. To his surprise, he saw a pair of objects on either side of the planet. He sketched them as separate circles, thinking that Saturn was triple-bodied. He proposed the correct explanation for his observations and the regular disappearances and reappearances of Saturn's ring in 1659 in Systema Saturnium. In modern times, Saturn has been revealed in Hubble Space Telescope observations. Pioneer 10 made the first close observations of Saturn, followed by more detailed flybys by both Voyager 1 and 2. But no spacecraft have revealed more about Saturn, its rings and moons than the Cassini orbiter and the Huygens probe, which landed in Titan in 2005. Thanks for your watching again. Please like, subscribe to watch more videos, and let your feedback at comment below.